scouting grounds is an opportunity for new up-and-coming North American talent to get noticed. It gives an opportunity for the LCS players to develop new future talent as the league develops. My name's Jack Kaiser. I'm from Houston, Texas. I am the new head of scouting and analytics. My job requires that I lead and direct other analysts, but also work together with the coaching staff to create learning objectives.
Scouting grounds came from the older days of esports when teams really had trouble getting in touch with the greater number of challenger players that we have and had in the scene. Today is really where everybody starts playing together. They've got team staff and pro players walking around, watching them play. It's really an exciting and electric time, and there's a lot of nerves and emotion that comes into it, but it's really where you get to see the challenger players for who they are and what kind of teammates they will be when they join the LCS.
What do you take into account when selecting players during and after their interviews?
Obviously skill is number one, but also just being a good person, I think, is another one. Like, you just don't want someone that's just a bad person or douche, basically, because at the end of the day, you're still working with other players. Being able to communicate effectively is pretty important.
What Jack is going to do is he's going to show you a screenshot of a game, and I want you to, as comprehensively as possible, analyze what you're looking at. You're going to have 30 seconds. Imagine your red side, and then after the 30 seconds, we're going to ask you to kind of explain what you saw.
Because they don't really have any map control, their side lanes are pushing into them.
The other thing is that the enemy team has a Kindred, but the jungler on red side has Splash.
Hanwha has like 2 mountain dragons, and they're like, we're gonna start this shit. And they have the bot wave and top wave pushing, so they're forcing them to go in.
The players did not like getting interviewed. Some of them were kind of borderline tense.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. Thanks for spending time with us. I really appreciate it. And I guess we do the draft later today. Is that how it works?
Dragon draft, I think it was we kind of just played rock, paper, scissors to see who got the top pick, and then it was a snake draft. Unluckily, we got 4th. We came in with a game plan of who we wanted, and we actually thought the other teams were like messing up or something because we got everyone we wanted. I know of Flares. I don't really have any past experience with them. Metaphor, I've been communicating with them for about 2 years, roughly, a year and a half. Julian, I used to coach in a amateur level team, like a scouting team before last scouting grounds, and I would verse him. We versed him a lot in scrims and such. So I've seen a lot of Julian. Jurassic was actually on my scouting team that I picked up 2 years ago. I also coached Jurassic for probably 7 months before last scouting grounds. And then Diamond, I never heard of Diamond until this event. He was pretty good though. We thought we definitely had the best team talent-wise going into it.
Okay, you're not understanding my point. It doesn't matter like what I'm doing. The point is I'm doing something wrong, and you can help me fix that by being louder and more.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that for sure. But
yeah,
you have to understand the reason why it's happening.
Yes.
You're not on the right side.
Yes, I know.
I don't think our team synergy is going that well, especially in the beginning. I feel like there's a lot of clashes.
I think there are better ways you could be communicating this.
Do you guys get pile bot?
My mic's not working.
First wave only, pile mid.
They're going on me here?
I'll pass, I'll pass.
These guys are on.
Let Cass heal, let Cass heal, let Cass heal.
Should let me heal you.
You really gotta listen.
I kind of expect certain things from players. For example, my amateur team, I expect my support to do something because I've been playing with them for a while. But on this team, it's a completely new team. So I have to get used to rebuilding these synergies and change basically how I play with the team.
I tried to lay my ward, because the buff was fine, but they just walk in like 115.
So you can never dictate early levels, especially with like Zinzao.
I mean, I think in that matchup, actually, I can control the wave decently. Like with D-Blade, it's pretty much skill matchup, honestly.
Maybe we drafted too many big personalities, which it's really hard to gauge how many personalities you need to draft. So we just kind of drafted the best players that we wanted to look at.
I think our communication, everyone wants to be, a big reason as to why we win. Obviously everyone's here because they want to get on a team. So I think maybe we're calling for too much maybe sometimes, and we're prioritizing the wrong things in game. I know a lot of matchups are like what we need to win, but I'm not going to argue with someone on their lane because that's not my job.
Yeah, the team synergy improved throughout the week. Initially, it was awful.
Hermes specifically really gave us a humbling talk and helped build confidence in ourselves because, you know, after losing 3 sets in a row, he brought us back up and made us realize our mistakes.
Again, you're here to be scouted. We don't know anything about you guys. We can try to believe what's written here, but we still don't know who you are. So if you're just trying to be what you think we want you to be, you're gonna fail. And if I'm watching that as scouting, I just think to myself, they have no idea how to play the game. So change my mind.
We rocked the single win in scrims. We went 1 in 20 or something. So, I mean, we got 1 on the board. I mean, that's great stuff.
Let me ask you, what would Zinda do if you just sit mid lane?
We just clear the wave together and then we walk to top side.
No, you can't.
So he sit mid lane, you clearing wave, he's getting Q by Ezra. So how can he help you hit the turret?
No, we're not killing the tower. Like, we're not sieging the tower. All we do is we push the wave.
If they were playing to win, they're not gonna look at Worlds and be like, let's play like the Worlds teams. They're gonna play to the skill level of their opposition.
Go on.
Our play timer is on 6.
I think the biggest thing for me is just making sure that whether we play for first or second or third or fourth, our team performs the best it could and the players themselves are happy with how they play to eventually get scouted.
Hello and thank you for joining us for the 2018 North American Scouting Grounds, coming to you live where players are preparing for their debut on the LCS stage.
I think game 1 was when we took bot tower early and didn't flip fast enough, or like we're randomly doing Krugs or something. So it wasn't really, I wouldn't say it was coordinated. We could have paced the game faster, but that fight was coordinated, yeah. Around the 17-minute game 1, 3rd, 4th place match, coordinated fight.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push this down. They've got 25 seconds on pretty much anybody who could come up and stop them. This one is in the bags here, pastry time.
Certainly looks like it. We'll see if some sort of miracle will expound, but Mundo running forward in the ulti in celebration, but also to tank up the turrets just a few moments earlier. Ocean got those early kills. Thought they might be at the whim of Cloud's collapses and aggression, but they will take the first Nexus of the series.
Did you feel good for the players taking 3rd place?
Good, yeah, of course. It probably got a lot of them actually looked at seriously from just performing well on stage. So it's definitely a feels good moment for the players. Should we go on stage? Say hello? Up top, up top. There we go.
I guess we're just a stage team. Like that's what Dodo said when he came on stage. Like, hey, you guys are a stage team, I guess. But I feel like when we got on stage, like everyone had nothing to lose, and they were just all like really calm, and like comms were like the best that they've ever been for some reason, and just everyone played out of their minds.
Just remember this moment and just learn from it. Okay, like stage game, all the things you've learned from the past 4 days, like your play style, all the coaches, the advices that you got from players, coaches, like everyone. And you guys just learn from this, and yeah, you guys are just in the path. And you guys will be maybe here playing LCS one day, okay?
Going into this, I felt like I already knew a lot and that I was a step above, you know, all the players in my role in terms of experience, but I feel like they were able to teach me a lot of the things that I was lacking to get to that next level, which is hopefully the LCS.
I hope to see them on academy teams or any equivalent skill region. Like if one of them goes to the OPL, the Oceanic League, that'll be cool too.